Welcome to At the Buzzer, the official NBA podcast on Clutch Points, streaming everywhere where you consume ball. I got my guy Dennis, and joining us today, he's only 17, but he's 6'5", 205, point guard, shooting guard, combo guard, out of Redondo Union High School, and he just committed to playing D1 ball over at Central Michigan.
Sir, appreciate it, man.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
To At the Buzzer, Huddy, Hudson, Mays.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Hudson, you were looked at by programs like Wisconsin and Iowa, but you committed to Central Michigan. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What was getting recruited like?
It was a little bit up and down for me, you know, those Wisconsin, the Iowas, and a lot of the kind of bigger programs were kind of brewing at the start, you know, when I first started playing at EYBL after my freshman season, you know, coming as like having a bigger role as a freshman, you know. So that was all to be expected, playing with Team Why Not, making it to Peach Jam, making it to the Final Four, all that, you know, kind of together just made all that happen. And then, you know, sophomore year kind of continued, and then I got hurt, got my injury. Had to sit out for I think 9 months.
What was the injury?
Tore my ACL, meniscus.
Wow.
Yeah. So big injury is like something that a lot of people you would say like can't come back from.
Yeah.
It's hard to be the same player and come back, right?
Yeah.
But
Your first major injury?
yeah. I told myself I'm never getting hurt my whole life. I was like, man, I'm gonna be good. I ain't never broke no bones. Knock on wood, but I ain't never broke no bones.
Yeah.
None of that. But it was a blessing in disguise though, because I come back, I got to like learn a lot about my body.
Yeah.
And how to manage it correctly,
and
just got to like know who I was as a player. But for anyone who says you don't come back the same player, it's a lie. I mean, maybe it's the truth. You know, I came back better, more athletic.
Could be like a blessing and a curse because you got to deal with adversity and you learn how to get through it and you overcame it. And like now you're back better than ever. So
For sure.
You got stronger. Were you heavier before or after the injury?
Well, the thing is, I got my injury. I was still growing, so I mean, I was lighter. And then like kind of coming back from my injury, like we did so much strength training, it was like ridiculous. You know? So coming back from it, like I like put on a bunch of muscle, and then obviously, you know, basketball kind of like balances out our conditioning.
yeah.
But
You look like you eat right too, bro.
yeah. I mean, that's definitely like a big part of it. Like I attribute a lot of that to my mom. She helps me with like nutrition and stuff, and my dad, you know, he was a pro athlete, so he knows everything about it too.
Oh damn. What is like what kind of like meals is he kind of like getting you to eat? Like what is it? What does it look like?
My dad, he like definitely knows like what I need to be eating in terms of like before performance. You know, he's a pescatarian now, so
shoot.
he kind of went on that whole thing, which is like obviously a great idea after playing. But he kind of like helps me out with like, you know, like you don't need to put so much on your stomach. You got a game tomorrow, right? You don't need to go eating out burgers. And then my mom kind of whips it up. She's on to like the protein stuff, all that type of stuff, just to keep me healthy. So
damn, bro, you're destined for success. You got a good team. How did the conversations with scouts and schools go?
yeah, so it was a lot, cause all my offers came, I think, for 7 to 8 of them came in like I think a month. So that like whole June, July period, it was like, hey, what's up? Like we've been looking at you for a while. You're balling now. Come take a visit, blah blah blah. So I mean, yeah, it was definitely constant. A lot of phone calls, a lot of texts, a lot of managing. You know, I sit down with my parents, talk to them about it.
A lot of bribery.
Yeah, yeah. So
We ain't gonna talk about that, but
some bias in the family, some not. You know, kind of going all over that. But it was a great process. I'm glad I got to experience it for sure.
hell yeah. And I guess like overall, how did you decide on Central Michigan?
Well, first of all, like in terms of the school campus, took my visit, loved everything about it. You know, small college town, kind of complements my personality. You know, I kind of chose that like path over others simply just because, I mean, one, Coach Barbie, great coach. He actually grew up with my dad. But the first thing he told me when he first called me was like, "Look, we're not recruiting you because I know your dad. This is simply because we've been watching you and we love your game, and I'm gonna coach you to get to where you want to go." So that helped me, had me sold already.
To genuinely be
Yeah,
wanted. Yeah.
yeah, and just know that like he's not gonna sugarcoat anything for me.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna say it straight. If I'm not playing good, he's gonna tell me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he kind of made that all clear. Coaching staff was great.
Mm-hmm.
Just the school in general. I got to get a whole overview of that in the visit. And Coach Nate has been recruiting me hard from the start. Back when I was in like 10th grade. So
Mm-hmm.
all that together kind of just drove my choice.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was like an obvious choice. Was there another school you're kind of choosing between?
Yeah, there was a lot actually. Before I took my visit to, like after I took probably my Central Michigan visit, I knew like those four it was gonna come down to that.
Okay.
So Cal Poly, Central Michigan obviously, and then I took UCSD and then Fullerton. Fullerton I came in the game a little late. I hadn't really heard about a lot about them, but Coach Taylor had recruited me very hard with Coach Ham. I appreciate them for that, not for sure. But yeah, it was definitely like a lot of decisions to make. And then we knew signing period was coming up, and my whole thing was I'm trying to sign so I could focus on the season, right?
Yeah.
Go win a chip. So I mean that was my deciding factor. And by the time I took my last visit to Fullerton, we had sat down like and went over it the whole night, just talked about it, and then we finally came to a conclusion. So
Nice.
yeah.
You mentioned this, right? Your dad got you on fish. Your mom got you on the protein. Your dad is kind of connected, been in this field, knows
Yeah.
people, right? It sounds like they've kind of been with you on this journey. It sounds
Yeah.
like they've been like, a driving force for you, but they're also your parents. I'm sure they've also talked to you about the realities of it and the other things you always have to consider in life. Overall, like going through high school when you don't really know what's going to happen
Right.
the next year or even the next 5 years, right? So like when you're making these decisions about what you want to do and how hard you want to go at something, you know, how did your parents really factor into that? And what are some of the things they told you to consider going forward pursuing basketball? Like did they tell you about other options or was it
Yeah.
always like all in on basketball?
They both told me, there's life after basketball. I've heard that like a million times from anyone from like Russ to my parents, obviously. Them kind of mentioning that has kind of stuck with me. Obviously my dad's out of football now. He's in business. My mom, she played sports and now she has a life after sports as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they've kind of like drove that home with me, but they believe, you could do both. You could have a drive to go be the best basketball player in this case that I want to be, go to Central Michigan, go to the NBA as my goal, and then they said whatever you want to do, like it's got to be what you want. So
Mm-hmm.
they've kind of just instilled that in me, and then kind of just kept me on track with my academics, so they know, we don't want you to be a one-dimensional person. Obviously,
3.5 GPA.
3.9.
Oh
Hey.
shit! Hey, my bad. I apologize. That's what's up.
Get that right.
Oh damn, you were raised right for
Yeah.
sure, man.
Nah, yeah, it's on my parents. So
Mm-hmm.
You're entering college in a pretty exciting time to be a college basketball player. NIL is relatively new. You know how many people we've talked to, it's like they left college like after like before NIL became a thing. Have you thought about that much? Have you had conversations about that? I'm sure in high school, even like there's even a lot of high school hoopers
Yeah.
who build a brand and are able to monetize it,
Yeah.
right? But like, is that something that like you have like goals for? Is that something like you're out here podcasting, you're trying to get out there a little bit more, build a brand a little bit, right? So it's like, is that something you've thought about? Is that something you're looking forward to? What's kind of like your thoughts on NIL? And is that like
First, for what you're saying, for the people who went to college after, I'm sorry for you, man. I mean, I know the Johnny Manziels of the world are hurting right now, but
he's doing all right.
no, exactly, no, he's doing perfectly fine now, but shit, he would have been banned. But it's definitely like something like my parents have instilled in me as well. Especially now, you know, my dad's like he was big on like social media safety and presence. So he's kind of taught me how to like build a brand of myself while also, you know, staying focused on the floor, obviously.
Wow.
But, you know, you got to know how to market yourself. You
Yeah.
can't, there's like very few people who are like just players out there, you know,
Yeah.
in this day and age, obviously. And then with NIL and all that, it's like, it's definitely an advantage. I've been blessed enough to experience some of that over the past couple of years of my high school career, and obviously now that I'm coming into a college. But no, it's a crazy part like that I did not see coming. I'm sure my parents did, but I had no idea any of this was coming. Getting paid in high school and college, like what?
Yeah.
But no, it's crazy, and it's something like I'll definitely have to um, you know, recognize, you know, what's good, what's not the best for me at this time.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of had to like go over those with my family, like brand deals, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is this good right now? Do you need it?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Like many more are gonna come. You know, so like pick and choose what's the best for you. But no, it's definitely a conversation I think all high school athletes need to have at this point.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
All right, well, hey, we'll end with this.
Hmm.
Tell us something that you're really looking forward to here in this next year. Obviously, you're a senior. You're gonna finish up college here pretty soon. High school pretty soon. Going to college. What's your mind state like? What's sort of like what are you really looking forward to going into college and everything?
Yeah.
And just I don't know. Tell the people what you know what you're about right now.
Nah, I mean my whole thing right now, season about to start in what like 2 weeks. You know, I'm just locked in. We need that state. We need that CIF open. That's all I'm going for. So that's my whole mindset right now. You know, college after that, that's gonna come. I'm worry about that when it comes. Obviously, you got to sign and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my whole thing. That's all I want right now. That chip. So gotta lock in with my guys and go get it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, obviously, for Central Michigan. Like, honestly, it's a dream come true
Hell yeah.
to go play college basketball at all. But to go play Division One at a great school, something I never dreamed of. So, but yeah, I'm excited for it. But I'm locked in right now.
Nice. I
It's
mean,
gonna be the championship.
you got goals this year to win the championship, go to college, and get to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a journey. What when you go to college, what are you gonna study while you're pursuing all this other stuff?
I'm a major in business administration, so
Okay.
gonna kind of look into that. Got to see the whole building, all that crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to like learn more into it, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hell
Yeah. Hudson, we love your humble demeanor, man, and we see that you're a very grateful person, you know, and like I was when we were at the flight club, I was saying to Nikki, I was like, I don't even know how it feels to be one of these kids here, like playing in one of these things and having this opportunity, and then like having the cameras on you all the time and having people talk about you all the time. So yeah, like it's good that you stay humble and you're grateful, you know. So. But like we're gonna be rooting for you, bro. You know, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Excited to see you next year, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Yeah, no doubt.
For future episodes, like, subscribe on Clutch Points for the next episodes at the buzzer, and we will see you next time.